Hey there, it's Joy. Thanks for showing up. Today's practice will include some guided journaling prompts. So, if you can, grab your journal or a piece of paper you can write on. Feel free to hit pause if you need to get your materials. And if journaling isn't available to you, you're welcome to just reflect mentally. I'd like to start with an important reminder. You are not your anxiety. It's something you have the power to work with, not fight with. Anxiety doesn't always look the same for everyone, and there isn't a one-size-fits-all way to manage your anxiety. Finding what works for you is an important part of your self-care journey. And before we move forward, we do want to mention, if your anxiety is intense, persistent, and interrupts your daily life, consider reaching out to a mental health expert or asking your doctor for support. At Shine, a practice we love for managing anxiety is called the 4 R's. The 4 R's stand for relabeling, reattributing, refocusing, and revaluing. And they're a technique created by therapist Elizabeth Earnshaw to help you hit pause when anxious thoughts start to overwhelm you. Today, we'll work through all the 4 R's together. Let's get started. Find yourself in a comfy position, whether that's sitting or standing. And gently close your eyes if you can. And take a deep breath in and out. Just breathe here for a few moments. Start to imagine a field of tall grass or golden wheat stretching out in front of you all the way to the horizon. Every time you inhale, imagine the wheat bends towards you, pulled by your breath. And every exhale, see the grass ripple as it gently bends away, pushed by the air you breathe out. Try to make your breaths slow and even so that you see the golden grass ripple away, then towards you, back and forth. As you breathe in and out, hear the grass moving and feel the breeze as the grass bends and sways around you with each of your breaths. I'll give you some time to practice on your own. Great job. If you're journaling today, take a moment to open your eyes and return to the space you're in. If you're planning to reflect mentally, you can keep your eyes closed. We're going to work with an anxious thought you've had recently, so I want you to pick one that comes to mind. Look for a stressful what if that came up recently. Maybe about the week ahead or this season of your life. Make sure it's something you're comfortable working with today. If you don't want to go there, you could make up something to work with or reflect on a past anxiety that's since quieted. If you're writing, write that worry on your sheet of paper. I'll give you a moment. Now let's work with this worry using the 4 R's. We'll start by relabeling. When you're in the thick of an anxious moment, it can feel like you're powerless, but putting a label on what you're feeling can help you get back some power. Start to reflect on what your anxious thought is. Is it telling you to take an action, urging you in a certain direction? Or is it just ringing an alarm, warning you that something might go wrong? Notice what type of anxiety you're having and write down a label for it. So, this is an urge, or this is a warning, or this is a fear. I'll give you some time, and always feel free to pause if you need more. Once you've identified what you're feeling, we're going to reattribute it. Anxiety can feel like it's us. We often say things like, I'm anxious, but even a simple shift to the phrase, I feel anxious, can help us remember that anxiety is just a small part of who we are. Take the next minute to write or reflect on these thoughts and feelings you're having. Remind yourself that this is temporary and not everything you are. You can even write in big letters a few times. This is my anxiety, not me. I'll give you a minute. Now that you know what you're experiencing and why, we're going to use our third R, refocus. Anxiety feeds on itself if we let it. Once we've relabeled our feeling and reattributed its cause, it can help us to refocus and get some distance from the thought. Let's take a moment to brainstorm a few ways you can refocus during moments of anxiety, like going to get a glass of cold water, or walking around the block, or taking a few deep breaths. Write or reflect on a few refocusing rituals that could help you. All right, our last R is revalue. This is all about reflection. Now that refocusing has given you a little distance from your anxious thoughts and feelings, ask yourself the following three questions. How accurate were my instincts? What would have happened if I'd listened to them? What would I like to do now? I'll give you a minute to reflect. Beautiful job today. This wasn't easy work, and if it felt tough, know that's okay. The four R's are something you can continue to practice. If your eyes are open, gently close them, and let's take one last deep breath together, breathing in and out. Now, out loud or to yourself, say this with me. Anxiety doesn't control me. Anxiety doesn't control me. Gently open your eyes and let the space around you come back into focus. Thanks for showing up today. You got this.